your question was that, isn't AP or the American system better if you're going to a university like MIT, which is an American university, okay? Isn't it better for the student to go American? But at the same time, isn't IG also better? Because in IG, when you do your O-levels and then you do your A-levels in grade 11 and 12, basically in your A-levels, you're completing the 101 fundamental years of your freshman year of your bachelor's, so you get to skip that first year. So isn't that better? But at the same time, if you choose AP, you're going to American university, and you get all the benefits of being graduating as an American diploma and then going to American university. That's your question? Okay. So basically, number one is that yes, it does depend on the university, and yes, if you are set that yes, I want to go to an American university, okay? If you know that this university is an American university, let's say if it's even located in the US, if you know that the mechanism of the studying in the university is American studying, then yes, American diploma or any American related curriculum is the best choice, okay? But now your controversy point, or point of controversy, which is stating that isn't IGCSE also better for MIT because you get to skip the 101 fundamental years? Well, look, yeah, you do get to skip the 101 fundamental years, but this is if you're going into a university that is, let's say, more British based. It's not guaranteed for every American university using the IGCSE benefit of the 101s, completing the A-levels, you will get to skip the first year, okay? Because again, the mechanism of studying in the American system is different. Though yes, the IG, or let's say the British system usually is far more ahead than the American system. This means that even if you go into American university, most probably 95% of the chances are that you will have covered the topics, okay, in the American university. Why? Because generally, British is usually much more ahead than the IGCSE, okay? So your second question is that, isn't IG generally better than the AP? Like, generally, isn't IG, more recognized in the AP and etc. And all the stereotype that is built up on the IG and AP students, okay, that, IG students are much more organized, they are on time, they have time management skills, they have everything planned out. AP students are slightly lacking of, again, no offense to either one of the students, but we're just stating the stereotype that exists these days, especially compared to the British and American system. Okay, that the American system is more flexible. This allows the student to have more time, especially in their grade 9 and 10, while in the IGCSE system, you have your O-levels where you're all pressurized in grade 9 and 10. This teaches you time management and productive skills much earlier than the American system, okay? Yes. About the stereotype, I agree, okay? Yeah. But when it comes to the benefits of choosing, okay, the one thing you need to take into consideration is that when you're choosing, don't look at, number one, the stereotype, okay? Number two, that this one has so many more benefits outside the world compared to this one, etc. Because you might choose IG, let's say, okay? But who knows? In the future, you might end up doing something that IG might end up having the least benefits. Why? Because you might end up doing something that's most recognized in an American university, and it's such an American university that you go into, okay, that most of the scholarship acceptance is for American students only, okay? Why did you end up going to such a university? Because you chose your major later. This is why it's important, number one, before you enter your high school, before you start choosing your curriculum, whether you want to go American or British, okay? There is a stereotype between both of them. Yes, IG students do get organized much faster, but don't think about your high school life. If you go IG or AP, if I go IG, I'll be much more productive and organized right now. Think about the future. Where is this curriculum going to lead you in the future? Fine, you might not be so organized, you might not be so productive because you're an American diploma. But you go American not because of how organized you are right now. You go American because of how it will affect you in the future. This is why, number one, most students, before they start to choose their major, American or British, and I'm repeating this part again, okay? They start looking at universities, okay? Number one, they do not know how to do university research, okay? And they're thinking, I want to go American or British curriculum, depending on the university I'm going to go in. They don't know what major they want to do. They're going to go to Google, they're going to write best universities in the world. They're going to write best universities in UK, best universities in this, that. You're going to get this top 10 universities. University of Cambridge, University of Oxford, University of Bradford, University, Harvard University. Okay, you're going to get a list of these top 10 universities of the world. Okay, then the student, again, this is a grade 8 student or a grade 7 student who hasn't chosen their curriculum. He's like, oh, these are the best universities, I want to go to this university, I want to go to this university. Based off that, like let's say they see Cambridge University, Harvard, Oxford, MIT. Based off that, they will make their decision of IG or AP, American or British. Just by looking at the top university, they'll see, where's MIT? US. Alright, well, what's better for US? American, I'm going to go AP. Where's Cambridge University? British. What am I going to do? I'm going to go British. No. No, no. Do not look at the university. Because when you are going to actually go to university, you will not search up best universities in the world. You will not look at the top 10 universities. You know what you will do? You will search up your major. Then you will see where is your major available, which universities provide it best. Then you will divide the universities into sectors, okay, of place. I want to do a major in sports medicine, let's say, okay? I'm going to search up major. This is when the person actually wants to go to university. He won't search up top universities in the world. He doesn't care about that anymore. He cares about where his major is going to be and that university. So he'll search up his major, he will see all the best universities for his major, then he'll divide them into some from UK, some from Canada, some from UAE, some from Australia. That's how it's going to work. If you choose your university before knowing your major, before knowing about your future, and then based off the university you choose, without knowing your major, you decide your curriculum, it's a huge mistake. Do you know why? I'll give you my example. When I was in grade 8, okay, let's say before I started the IG or American British curriculums, before I got myself into this, you know how I used to research? I just searched on Google, best university in the world. This is what I did, okay? I found number 1, University of Cambridge. I was like, I want to go to University of Cambridge. I didn't go to websites, I didn't look at the scholarship options, I didn't look at the departments available, I didn't look at the courses that they're offering. I didn't. That was my goal. I want to go to University of Cambridge. I want to go to University of Cambridge. I want to go to University of Cambridge. Okay? Well, later on I found out that the major I want to do, it's not so well recognized in University of Cambridge, even though as an IGCSE student, of course University of Cambridge is good, but like, it's not something that's practical for me and the major I want to do. Okay? It's amazing. It is the top university for other majors. But is it best for my major? No. Okay? Later on in my life, I was also looking into UAE, United Arab Emirates. Amazing universities there. I was like, I want to go to this university in UAE. I want to go to this university in UAE. After some time, I sat down, looked at every single university, read about every single university. What did I find out? I wanted to go to them, but my major is not practically available in all of them with good options for me. Then I searched up my major. I searched up the universities that my major is available in. And then I started to actually do proper research. Students, what would have happened if my head was stuck on, let's say, an American university, let's say Harvard, okay? I chose Harvard. Because of Harvard, I went into American Diploma, okay? Later I found out I want to do a major in sports medicine. And later I found out the best place for sports medicine is UK, okay? And then I'm like, oh damn, I chose AP, I chose American Diploma. And now I want to go to UK. I should have thought about my major before. Because I thought about my university, without thinking about my major, I chose American Diploma. And now I find out that my major is best in UK. And I should have chosen the British curriculum, because it will be easier for me to study there, the same mechanism of studying, and I'll get more scholarship options. So, step number 1, before you choose your curriculums, neither one of them is bad. There's nothing called bad curriculum. It all depends on your future. When we talk about your future, we don't mean your university. We mean your major first. Your major chooses your university. I wanted to go to universities. When I started my major, there was no department giving my major. So all my hopes of that university was gone. Practical research is when you look at your major, scholarship options, etc. So before you choose your curriculum, don't look at the universities. Forget the universities. Think about what you want to do. What do you want to major in? What do you want to do in the future? After you find this, number one, then look at which universities are giving this best. Okay? After you see which universities, see where are these universities. After you determine are these universities related to the American, US place, or UK? American or British? If they're not in America or British places, if they're somewhere in between, like UAE or something, then look at the mechanism of studying, the scholarship options, the departments in the university, okay? Again, this is before you decide American or British. Look at the university and look, what is the mechanism of university? Let's say you want to do a major in, let's say, neuroscience, okay? You haven't decided IG or AP. I want to do a major in neuroscience, okay? Before you decide IG or AP, I want you to search up best universities for the major of neuroscience. Find a good university, find a list of good universities, accredited, recognized universities, okay, that are giving a major in neuroscience. Universities that are providing bachelor's, master's, PhD, good opportunities in neuroscience. Then I want you to look into your universities and look at this university. Does it have better scholarship options for American students or better scholarship options for British students? This will be your first point to consider whether you go American or British. Your second point to consider will be, is this university teaching the way they study? Is it like the American system or like the British system? This will be your second point to consider. Third point, location. Is it near the Britain, near the US, or somewhere in between? This will be your third point to consider between them. Number 4, your lifestyle. How is your lifestyle? Because again, it all depends on your lifestyle as well. What type of lifestyle do you have? What type of person are you? Do you like to, let's say, be well structured, well organized in what you do, but at the same time be very restricted to your knowledge and go in depth into everything, or study everything, or let's say a lot of things, instead of being restricted like the British system to specific topics, study a lot of things flexibly, okay, in good amount of time, keeping at your pace, okay, The fourth consideration will be your lifestyle. After you start considering these, then it will be the best choice to choose British or American. Because after you consider these 4 things, then if you choose British, you know in your mind from the day that you chose British that my major is in a university that accepts British students better. It gives better opportunities for British students. The way of they study is related to the British system, okay? And many such factors like the location. If you choose American, this means from the day you chose American, you know that the university I want to go to is more American based. They have better opportunities for American students. Scholarships are better for American students, okay? Better advantages for American students. Location as well as, let's say, American based. So these are like the 4 primary things you need to take into consideration before making your decision between British or American. Okay? Because one of the most misconceptions that I've repeated many times is when students forget these 4 key points and they just search up best universities in the world. Find the best university. Where is it located? If it's located in the UK, I'm gonna go British. If it's located in the US, I'm gonna go American. Later, when you actually start studying, you realize that, no, my major is something else. My major is somewhere else. The universities that I searched up, best universities in the world, they don't even have the departments of my major that I want to do. And you'll just end up regretting your first choice. So number 1, don't be forced, okay? Don't choose by force, because if you choose by force, again, one of your questions was like, IG is more recognized around the whole world, isn't it? surely I cannot give you a proper answer to if IG is more recognized, okay, because that will not affect your university or your education. If IG is 10 times more recognized in the American system, it won't affect it. Okay, so I'm not going to give the proper answer to that question. Okay, because if I give the answer to that question, if I say yes or no, as for example, if I say yes, then you're just going to be stuck in your head, IG is more recognized. If I didn't go IG, oh man, I made a mistake. No. Forget about what's more recognized right now. It matters on the university and the major you want to do. Even if, let's say, American is not as much as recognized, the university that you wanted to go in is still highly recognized, and they require American more than British. So, like I said again, major is the first requirement, then university, then lifestyle, comparing factors. You don't have to do such in-depth research because this is not the time for you to go into university, okay? You haven't even started the curriculums yet, but sufficient amount of research to make a valid decision. If by the end of understanding everything I've said, you still do not know what you want to end up doing, then my advice, you have the American, you have the British. British is always ahead of the American when it comes to depthful knowledge. So, if you start British, you can always switch back to American. You won't be missing anything, just some key points, definitions here and there. You won't be missing anything that much. You will easily cope. If you go British, you can always go back to American. If you go American, it will be hella hard for you to come back or do British from American. Mid-year, it will be hella hard. And you don't want to put yourself in that situation. This is why, in the beginning, I was also a bit lost. And the advice I was given was, go British. If you see it's not good for you, go to American. Why? This is for students who did not consider these 4 things that I stated about the major, the university, the lifestyle and all, before they decided. I did not actually consider these 4 things. I didn't. That's why I went to the option of imbalance. Okay? I just went on with IG, okay, British system. I was like, I'll do British. If I don't like it, I'll go to American. I was based on liking the system and not liking the system. I realized these 4 things after I started studying in the curriculum. And this is the advice I can give to other students. Think about these 4 things to help you make yourself the right decision for American or British. The major you want to do, the university that these majors are accepted in best, the scholarship options for these majors, and the system, is a university that you're going to. The major you want to do, is a scholarship better for American students or for British students? Your lifestyle, consider these things, then decide. If you're not able to consider these 4 things, then you can just do like what I did, based off liking. The safest option is go British, you don't like it, go American. But this is not the option you should go for. This is worst case scenario when you're not able to follow these 4 options. For me, I was not told about these 4 options exactly how I've stated. Okay, that's why I just went with the worst case scenario option, which is the like imbalance option. I just went to the British. I was like, if I don't like it, I'll go to American. Okay, but when you are provided with the knowledge of how to decide properly, and you are provided with the knowledge of these 4 critical points to consider before you go American or British, then this is how you should do it. One last point to consider that I'm going to clearly say the briefing of this discussion, okay, is that, again, when you look at your university, when you look at your major, let's say, okay, your major that you're going to do is in the US, it's in America. You don't stop here. Just because it's in America, just because you know the university, excuse me, you know the university are accepting American students better, don't stop here. Maybe the major you want to do is in a British university in the US, and it's better for you to go IG or British. So again, the location, this is why I like to say the location is not really a big determination factor when you're choosing. It is a primary determination factor, but it's not a core determination factor. It will just give you a general idea of British or American, okay, generally, but that does not mean it is a core concept. The core idea is the university itself. US is huge, okay? There are so many British universities inside US, and because I want to go US, I'm gonna go American, okay? Look at the universities now inside US. Majority, yeah, sure, they'll affect American better. You'll get more opportunities and advantages as an American student taking the American diploma, but you might end up going to a British university. You might end up doing your major in a British university. Why? Because your major is more available, more recognized, more better in a British university in the US. Then, I think, obviously, the British system would clearly be better. Okay? Again, both systems can be accepted in international universities, British universities, or American universities. It doesn't mean if you do a British system, you cannot enter an American university, or vice versa. Okay? But there are just some slight, advantages and disadvantages you will have to face. Okay? But in the end, all universities will primarily accept both curriculums. You will just have a few ups and some pros if you choose this curriculum for this university, and cons, and that completely depends on what you want to do. Where is the best place for you to study for this thing that you want to do, that you want to major in, and other options like other factors like scholarships to consider, lifestyle, okay, etc. After you've finalized these options, you can make a proper decision for the British system or the American system. These are again, I've listed the 4 things in detail many times which you have to consider. If again you're not able to consider these 4 things to make your decision, then you can do what I did. Okay, because again, for me, I was not really told these 4 things or explained these 4 things in detail. Okay, I was giving orientations, I was giving an idea of how each system works, but these 4 things exactly on how to search, how to do research to choose beforehand for a British or American, I was not really provided with that. So for me, I just British, like I said, didn't like it, go American. Okay, so worst case scenario, you cannot consider these 4 things before you make your decision. Go with that option of going with British. If you don't like it, go with American. Okay, but don't go American and then switch British, because that's gonna be hella hard. Okay, but these 4 things, very important for decision making between the British system and the American system. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the discussion.